All right, thank you for staying with us. The conversation starts right now, and it's about the suspension of former governor of Osun State, Ogbeni Rauf Aregbesola, from the All Progressives Congress. These times are from a release by the All Progressives Congress, APC, in the state of Osun. And there is a letter to that effect, addressed to the national chairman of Progressive Congress APC in Abuja, and then with the attention of the national secretary, saying resolution suspending Rauf Aregbesola. If actually we could have the letter on the screen. For anti-party activities and constituting a disciplinary committee following complaints of anti-party activities leveled against Ogbeni by the Ilesha East Local Government Executive Committee, the State Executive Committee, SEC, after reviewing the allegation because of time, hereby suspends Ogbeni Rauf Aregbesola from the party pending the outcome of an investigation to the allegations by disciplinary committee. The State Executive Committee has constituted that committee to investigate and provide Ogbeni Aregbesola with the opportunity to respond to the allegations of activities, deemed to be in violation of Article 21, subsection 2 of the party's constitution. Now, the collective interest of the APC is being affected, and the allegations against him as follows. One, factionalization of the party with the creation of splinter groups, that is, the Omoluabi caucus, creation of parallel organs within the party, working with the opposition parties to undermine the APC in the state, as in an open admission made at the Atajas Palace in Osogbo, public outburst against the leaders of the party, including Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Chibisi Akonde, and His Excellency Oyetola, among others, refusal to show up or support any party activities in the state. And, because of time, we have today with us in the studio former special advisor on education to the former governor of the state, Alhaji Oyetola, is here with us, Honorable Jamiu Olawumi. Good morning. Good to have you, sir.
Good morning. It's good to be here.
All right. Some will say maybe the chicken has come home to roost. Your party has expelled, suspended. Yeah. Ogbeni Aregbesola. Yeah, you gave your reasons. But you as a party man, a high-ranking member of the party, beyond this release, what really happened?
Thank you very much. Viewers at home, good morning. It's good to be here. We thank you for your interest in our party and for supporting us all the while. As a member of the party.
Sorry, maybe I should put that there before some persons will say it's a political thing. It's the interest of the public good in which APC and whatever happens, so the decisions made politically in Osun is part of what we discuss here.
Yes.
I feel we should put it that way.
Yes. Yeah. There's nothing much beyond the allegations in the letter, because you agree with me that the letter is coming from his local government, where his activities are well entrenched and monitored. They see him in the night, they see him in the morning, and they have their meetings. Even though you have very senior members of the party not coming to unit meetings and ward meetings, nonetheless, they will have their representatives. Occasionally, they will send even biscuits, refreshment to people who are holding the meeting. So that will confirm that they are with the party. But it's a situation where you have all these things absent, and they have issues, they cannot run, they could not run to his house. They could not seek assistance. They could not even have the opportunity to sit down with their leader. It is obvious that that leader is no longer with them. If you now look at that as an insight, and you now find what the leader does publicly, since the presidential election, to be specific, 2023, Ogbeni has come out with all the facts that is no longer with the party. Because if your party has a presidential candidate and you mount campaigns, smearing his name, his character, and rubbishing his integrity, and even letting people believe that he will not be able to deliver, you are no longer with the party. And if it has taken the party this long before they come out, it's confirmed the tremendous respect they have for him. Watching him adopting situation that perhaps our leader will look back and take count of one or two things which ordinarily wouldn't have made him to engage in such activities. But where you will not, and it is getting deeper and deeper and worse and worse. The situation has been worsened. When you have somebody who was governor for 8 years on the platform of a party, who was also minister for 4 years on the platform of a party, now coining songs, political songs that rubbish that party, and coming out publicly at public places like Ataoja Palace to talk wrong things about the party. Even if you say you are suspending him or you are expelling him, he has announced his exit from the party.
So why not let it be?
So it will not go that way, because you should talk to some people. They say, hey, reconcile now. Why don't you reconcile with me? We now ask ourselves, what else does he want?
And those questions are valid. Why didn't you reconcile with him?
But look at all this that was stated. Reconcile with him over what? That's the question we also ask ourselves. What exactly have we not done for him?
And he might as well say, what exactly has he not done for you?
No.
The party.
We have done much.
He was the face of the party pre-2010, isn't it?
Face of the party.
Yeah.
On some people's sweat and blood.
Including his as well.
No.
No?
No. No.
How do you mean no?
No, he has not lost.
We're talking pre-2010.
He has not lost any life of his or of his own immediate family. And some of us, and some people who are watching us, knew the price we paid for his ascension to office.
But he left from the front, isn't it?
He left from the front, and he couldn't have left a vacuum. He couldn't have led a vacuum.
You know, for many persons...
Let me give you an instance.
Yeah.
People talk about Oroki Day attack. It was my own personal car that led the convoy to the place. And I bought my car with my money. So he couldn't have led a vacuum. It is symbiotic. While some people were actually killed, murdered, some property burned, set ablaze, some vehicles damaged, including my own on the day I went to do consultation for his election, the April 4 election. You understand? Nobody can do it alone. Nobody can do it alone. And what people have contributed were much more. Because it's like, let's look at the irony of the termite. What the king of the termites does and what the soldiers do for him. What the soldiers do for the king of the termites was exactly what party men did for him.
Many persons will say, but the suspension that you announced yesterday wouldn't really move him a bit. That was just a mere formality. Some feel maybe he has even moved on.
That is following the constitutional provisions. Procedure.
So you just have to do that.
It's a procedure.
So you closed all the avenue for merging.
You have suspended. You have been suspended for you to explain certain things. Time bound. If you don't, it goes to the next level.
All right.
Did Ogbeni at any point explain to the party why he's doing what he's doing?
That is why it's suspended to come and explain.
This suspension for the party, was it a hard call for the APC, knowing the caliber of person Ogbeni Rauf Aregbesola is, and the history it has with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu? Was it a hard call?
Let me give you this. People look at it the way you are saying, but it's much more.
Help us understand.
APC was an offshoot of a lot of former parties. In fact, registering the AD, which was the mother stock in this current dispensation, was financed by Oyetola. When he misbehaved, he was expelled from the party. So nobody is bigger than the party. Just leave it like that. Nobody is bigger than the party. Whatever his relationship might have been with Asiwaju between them, the party is bigger than Asiwaju himself, because the party that sponsored Asiwaju, he didn't sponsor the party for election. If the party has not provided this platform for him, he cannot run to become president. So it's not a hard call. It isn't.
But do you think this means anything to Ogbeni Rauf Aregbesola? Because it seems that he has moved on long ago. We see that...
I would not speak for him.
We see his Omoluabi caucus and the fact that, especially that house at Aregbe.
Let me give you this example.
Yeah.
I'm a teacher in my class, say primary 4. And there's a boy in my class who will not come to class regularly. I want him to bring his parent or his guardian. And because of that, I slapped him and he pulled my cloth. Whether he could beat me or not, he had demystified me as his teacher. Whatever Goliath's structure or impression he might have created for himself, he has been expelled from a party.
In this case, who is the teacher? Who is the student?
The party is the teacher. And members of the party collectively are the teacher for everybody who is a member of the party. The constitution is the teacher to tell you that this what you are doing is rubbish, or what you are doing what is good.
But some will say this is just mere power play, isn't it? Power play within the party, because maybe we should take these allegations one after the other. If actually we could have it up on the screen again, some of the things that he was accused of having splinter groups within, your party. And many persons will say the Omoluabi caucus is a splinter group. You have the Ileri Oluwa caucus again. So what has he done wrong?
You are not correct.
How so?
You are not correct.
Help me.
We have Ohiolei group.
That was popular pre-2010.
It is still there. If you look at the videos they are posting, you see the Ashwebi of Ohiolei.
Who owns the Ohiolei group? Was it not Aregbe?
Aregbe. Nobody has talked about Ohiolei group because it's a group within the party.
Yeah.
Omoluabi is never a group within the party. It's not.
It's not? Why?
It's not. It's not.
The former disbanded top, was it not a group within the party?
It's not.
Why?
That is the decision of the party, even from the federal.
Why are you cherry picking?
Wait. Nobody is cherry picking.
Why is Ileri Oluwa a group within the party?
Ohiolei, wait now.
And Omoluabi is not a group within the party.
Why we not? If you don't listen, you won't allow people at home watching to listen.
I'm just trying to pose the question so that you can answer.
Because the question is not for you, it's for them. You are asking on behalf of the people who
Very
watch.
well. So you have the floor.
In 2004, I joined his team December 26, 2004.
Which of the teams?
The Ohiolei group.
All right.
Aregbesola himself. And it was the campaign group within the party to realize his ambition of becoming the governor. So no party member would not say he's not a member of Ohiolei group. In 2018, Oyetola adopted Ileri Oluwa within the two are within the party, and we work together. The idea of top to achieve what? To become governor again? Omoluabi to become governor again? No. We cannot specifically say, even he has not been able to tell us, that this top and Omoluabi group is for a particular purpose in the party.
They have always explained.
No. The party reckons with Oromia group. And that is it. If the party reckons with Oromia group, to the level of even when the former national chairman, before he became the chairman, Alhaji Abdullahi Adamu, came to Osun State for reconciliation. And he acknowledged Oromia group. The national secretary did not acknowledge Top and Omoluabi.
The Oromia group that you joined in 2004, what was the mandate?
The mandate was to see him to becoming the governor.
So the Oyetola group of 2018
was to see Oyetola becoming the governor.
Is the Oromia group still in existence?
Of course, yes.
How about the Oyetola group?
Yes, of course.
But you are no more in power. But and the Oyetola group is still there.
You are veering off the track.
No.
This is what I'm saying. I'll let you know why you are veering off.
No, I'm not. I'm only saying because you said there were mandates. Now, the mandate was achieved for Oyetola at least 2018 to 2022, and you are still having it.
Because I'll tell you why you are veering off. Okay, you are veering off because you have not asked me why was Oromia group was not dissolved after Oyetola emerged. Because they are a recognized group within the party. Oyetola is a recognized group within the party. Nobody talks about Top and Omoluabi group within the party.
Maybe your own tendency, the Oyetola. Are you in the Oyetola group?
There's no other tendency in the party that I cannot tell you.
I'm asking you, are you a part of the Oyetola group?
Of course, yes.
Okay. So
and also Oromia group. I'll tell you why. I was acting DG of Oromia group.
Okay.
So you can't. I will tell you what is real and what is not real.
Okay.
What you are talking about, the Top, whatever, they are splinter group occasioned by belligerence.
Belligerence?
Yes. On the part of Ogbeni himself.
And maybe was that the point where the issue started, actually?
Let's treat the letter.
Okay, all right. Yeah. And here, creation of parallel organs within the party. Well, what does that mean?
That is Top and Omoluabi group.
Are they not the same splinter group you said in the first point?
They are not. I didn't say splinter. I would never address them as a splinter group within the party.
No. The letter said factionalization of the party within the creation of splinter groups. That is the Omoluabi caucus.
Yeah, that's what the letter says. And you cannot
Number
say beyond
two,
it.
Creation of parallel organs within the party. So what's the parallel organ? Do you understand my question?
Yeah.
Number one is talking about creation of splinter. According to your letter, released from your APC State Secretariat beside Gbongon GT Bank, Kilometer 1 Gbongon Ibadan Road, Oshogbo. The number one allegation is creation of splinter group, that is the Omoluabi caucus. Number two, creation of parallel organs within the party. What organ?
You want me to be answering the question for him?
We are treating the letter.
No, he is going to answer to the questions before the.
No, I'm not asking you to answer on behalf of Ogbeni. I'm saying what necessitated.
I will not be giving you the answer of the party to what he will push forward as his defense.
That's what you think it is.
Yes. So we have a lot of things to discuss.
What did the party observe?
Those are the things
that come up with that. Exactly.
Coming up with this point that he created parallel groups or parallel organs rather within the party. Something must have necessitated or brought this up with the party.
Yeah.
Or were these allegations just cooked up?
Let him return to tell you it was cooked up after appearing before the disciplinary committee.
But you have spoken to some of those allegations. Why are you choosing not to speak on this?
Because I should not be answering. I should not be giving you the observation of the party.
Okay, maybe we should go to the third.
So
the third one, working with opposition parties to undermine the APC in the state, an open admission made at the Ataja's Palace, Oshogbo.
Yeah.
I want you to react to that. Of course, you mentioned earlier that
that video has gone viral. So it's not what I should defend. It's what everybody has.
No, we are not actually asking you to defend it. You just speak to it. You are a party member.
Let me tell you, even before the courts,
yeah,
a document should be able to speak for itself. You don't need to prop a document before the court. I don't need to prop those videos before you or before the people watching us. They have seen, they have watched the video. They have listened to what he said.
Honorable Olawumi,
Yeah.
it is often said that you don't beat a child and expect that child not to cry.
Yeah.
And you don't tell a child how to cry.
How was he beaten?
I'd like to ask you, you know, the outburst of Governor Rauf Aregbesola must have stemmed from...
Listen. They beat him for him to have 8 years tenure as governor. It was also another beating for him to be minister for 4 years. It's also another beating for his record that his books that were never opened. To look how fairly he ran.
Was that intentional?
I'm talking. So it was beating.
No, you are talking. You made a point. I'm only saying it was intentional that Governor Oyetola didn't open Aregbe's book.
It was intentional. Don't forget, I sat at the top of a ministry.
Yes, that's why I'm asking.
And I know what I saw there.
In whose interest is that?
And the books and the books were there. What we saw from the books was to tell ourselves, let us correct these anomalies.
The books were bad, isn't it?
And those anomalies we corrected. That's why you could see schools wearing their uniforms. That's why you could not find primary 5 and 6 pupils in secondary school. That's why you could see the
That wasn't about books. That was about policy.
Books are in policies.
I'm talking about financial statements.
They are not. I was not in finance.
Because you talk about books.
Yes.
Okay. So you are not referring to the finances.
Books necessarily does not mean financial.
But let me ask you categorically, why are you referring to finance under Aregbe? That it was in a bad shape? Is that what you're saying? That we just categorize.
You want to know about that, but I was not in finance.
You are here.
Yes. I'm here not to answer questions for finance commissioner.
Okay, if you choose to,
not that I've chosen to. I've chosen to talk about.
You know, you brought about the word books.
Books.
And you said you knew what you saw.
Listen, my brother.
You said these are your words now.
Books does not mean finances.
So you are not talking about his finance.
Policies are in books.
Why are you talking about his finance?
You are insinuating finance.
No, I'm talking to you
books.
Directly. This is
not
not ambiguous.
about policies of education.
So you have to
Those
correct
are
some
the
of
books.
it. Okay, all right, fine.
Those
Fair
are the
enough. You know, Evelyn talked about the outburst. There was some of these outbursts that, you know, that was very viral. The one in Elisha or, you know, in Ijebu-Jesha,
the one in Iwo.
Yeah, some of those things that he said.
The one in Ikiri.
That they worked for him. It was referring to, you know, possibly Asiwaju. And they turned themselves to God, and he has prayed to God to. How did
you work for him? How did you
That's
work
what
for
he said.
I could show
Didn't
you.
he?
Wait. I could show you one of his photographs of old. When you wear a vest cap, putting at the back, at the mandate house. What was he doing before he was recognized by Asiwaju? What was his job?
What was it?
You tell us. You don't.
No, I'm asking you a rhetorical question. I don't need to tell you. Who are watching this question to them? It's not for you. You understand? Everybody has a beginning. You understand? He has refused to do recapitulation rather, of who he has been. So, and I'm not to do that for him. So the way he talks about it, what the claims in his speeches is between him and Asiwaju. I'm not to speak for the two.
But the outburst against Asiwaju is part of the allegations made against him. You said he made outbursts against the leaders of the party.
I'm not the chairman. I'm not the chairman of that local government or chapter of the party.
So you don't agree with the allegation?
They will have the proof for it.
You know, I have to say this because I brought it up because some of those outbursts were made before the primary election.
Yeah, you are aware.
No, let me make this point. Before the primary election.
It is not stated in the letter.
I'm posting a question here so that you can answer. Some of those outbursts, it wasn't here, by the way, but then some of these things are in the public space. So before the primary election,
then why are we talking about it?
Some of those outbursts were made before the primary election of Governor Oyetola, and then the election of Asiwaju. And you know, after Asiwaju came into power, he said the politics is over. Let governance begin.
That's Ashwaju talking.
Yes, that's Ashwaju. How come you are still using that teeth to bite him, even when the person in charge has said, politics is over, we can move on?
You are clever by half.
How so?
Because you have
These are not my words.
You have talked about the bad boss at Aja Palace, just about a month or two. Ashwaju's statement was not yesterday. It was long.
Yeah.
So if he had offered a directive that politics should be over, and somebody saying it's not over,
but shouldn't that be? So shouldn't that be the case?
We're now asking why he made that statement at Aja Palace.
All right.
So why is it so hard to reconcile with Governor Rauf Aregbesola? I mean, this...
Oh, the two big weeks, actually.
Who and who?
I'm talking about Alhaji Oyetola.
Don't bring Oyetola into this place, into it, because he's not in that letter.
No, he's not the letter.
No, let us...
Can we have the picture again?
Don't bring
Oyetola into it.
Yeah,
no, I'm talking with proof. Let's have the picture again, and you will see it in that letter quickly. That will be number 4, right? Where public outburst against the leaders of the party, including Mr. President Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Chief Bisi Akonde, and His Excellency Gboyega Oyetola, among others. This is your letter.
With who are you reconciling now? You see, you are reconciling with Chief Bisi Akonde, Oyetola, Asiwaju himself. So with who?
These issues. No, you said I shouldn't bring in Oyetola. This is your letter. I didn't put it there. This is the letter of your party. But in this case, let me just ask the mood and some of the briefings of the people in the public.
You are not allowing me to answer your question.
No, you will, because you are trying to make it like I'm making up these things. They are in your letter.
No, you are.
Maybe you should answer. Then I will ask my question.
So you are impeding.
No, please go ahead and answer a question. I'll come in my question later.
That's your bad.
I apologize.
Sorry.
Talking to a lunatic, you want to shave your head tomorrow. He says, if you find my head there, you want to reconcile somebody who has, since 2018, has refused to visit party secretariat, has refused to attend meetings, has refused to attend public events of the party, has refused to participate in the campaign for the presidential election. He has taken the national leader of the party candidate to the cleaners everywhere, calling them Agbaye Osun. How do you reconcile such a person?
You don't think these leaders betrayed Governor Rauf Aregbesola?
How? For making him governor?
I mean, after his tenure of being governor.
And for making him minister? What is the betrayal?
Are you saying the party or the leaders of the party did absolutely nothing wrong to
if you have investigated as I don't know whether you're a journalist or a broadcaster. If you're a journalist, if you have investigated, you could have come up with an outer of the truth about betrayal that you're talking about. The party did not betray him. The other way around, he betrayed the party.
What about him being instrumental to the governorship election in Lagos State? You know, there are reports that after the presidential election and President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who was the APC candidate in the 2023 election, lost the state to the Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi, and the governorship election was to come up. There was some sort of
if you want us to discuss
group to appease Governor Rauf Aregbesola.
Wait. If you want us to,
so that Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu can can win Lagos State or can win his local government.
And if you want us to talk about result of election, if you remove Alimosho's results, wouldn't Sanwo-Olu?
But did Sanwo-Olu and the leadership in Lagos State go to Governor Rauf Aregbesola to appeal with him?
I'm in Osun APC, and I'm not talking Lagos.
There's one APC.
If the party leadership in Lagos and Governor Sanwo-Olu will recognize him, why wouldn't the party in Osun State
let him do his
making him to look like a persona non grata now?
Allow him to do his party politics in Lagos. but here is a registered member. He cannot be a registered member in Lagos. He also went to Ibadan to campaign for what's the name of the senator?
Taslim.
Did Slim win the election there?
He will always play his part.
So he was there, my auntie. It's APC
Honorable,
in Oyo State.
You said something.
But he
earlier.
won this local government for Sanwo-Olu.
You said something, Honorable. I think we should speak to that. You were talking about investigation. You actually were a journalist and broadcaster. It's because we are. That's why we have you here to talk about these issues. Of course, an award-winning one, by the way. Okay. So moving on, you
might have come after me.
Obviously.
Okay.
This is not about the work. It's about the people. Now, I
also won awards, several.
All right. Good to know. Now, when you ask, I'm not talking about politicians, partisan politicians, people who do it on a full time. Osun people, they believe this is a power play between the Ileri-Oluwa camp and the Ogbenis camp. Now, and many of them will say, there have been press release, social media comments and all of these talks in between towns to say, okay, maybe the Ileri-Oluwa has won. Will you consider the suspension of Ileri-Oluwa as winning? Suspension of Ogbeni Rauf Aregbesola as a win for the Ileri-Oluwa group?
You are misconstruing the letter.
No, I'm not talking about the letter.
Wait.
I'm asking you a direct question.
You are misconstruing the circumstance. And you are misconstruing the message. You are misconstruing the constitution of the party. If there is a misdemeanor, the first thing is to invite you for discussion. If you refuse, suspension. After suspension and you still refuse, you can wait for the outcome of the invitation and see whether Ileri-Oluwa has won or Ramia has won.
If actually is finally, expelled from the party, would that be a win for you?
That is hypothesis.
Yeah.
I don't talk about hypothesis. And news does not talk about hypothesis.
Now that you have suspended him, and one will say that, you might say it didn't work for your party in 2022 and you lost. Now that he's even suspended already, don't you see that maybe in 2026, if actually your party will present another candidate, defeat is not staring you in the face?
Let 2026 come.
We are just 2 years away.
Yeah.
Are you dismissing the strength of Ogbeni Aregbesola?
I've not told you that.
But you are insinuating
you are not saying
that.
otherwise.
You are insinuating.
You are.
I'm talking. My message, my language is clear enough. You are insinuating.
That what? That you are going to win?
Is your word.
No, I'm talking about you.
I've not said it.
Honorable, respectfully say, I will say you are deflecting some of these questions. Because you are not answering the question. You are not. The question is defeat not staring you in the face? Now that Aregbesola and his tendencies...
But that's because you are also talking to an hood cat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is defeat not staring your face? Your party in the face? The election preparations will soon start.
Let it start.
You are good to go. Okay, let me ask you this particular one. Your national chairman, former Governor Kano State, Abdullah Ganduje, said recently that the APC will capture Southwest by 2027, the whole of Southwest. And, one would say he spoke like a garrison commander, that he has soldiers that we unleash. How do you see that happening?
I've also looked at the Google dictionary to find the meaning of capture. It does not mean what you are saying.
So what do you think he's saying?
Let us make a trial. Yeah.
What do you think he's saying?
No, let us make a trial.
No, this is not about language class. What do you think he's saying?
Yeah.
What do you think he's saying? That by 2027, the Southwest will be under the win of the APC.
To win elections. To win elections, to be victorious. And that is the main aspiration of all political parties, to win.
So you think the APC can win Oyo State, will win Osun State? Is that what you're saying?
You think APC will not win Osun State and Oyo State?
No, I'm asking you that actually they will.
Yes.
With what performance?
At where?
With the mood of the country, with the hunger and anger, without work.
Don't deceive yourself.
No, I'm not deceiving. I'm asking you a question.
I'm also telling you.
Okay.
And people who are watching.
This is not about myself. You're still making it to look like it's a me and you.
When I say you, I'm talking to people who are watching us.
Okay.
Who are forming your opinion.
Okay.
Who has your opinion. Don't deceive yourself. The nature of the country is there. APC won Edo State.
With controversial circumstances?
You will tell the tribunal that.
No, that's the thing.
No, there's no controversy.
Fair and square.
There's no controversy. Election litigation is part of the election. Let them go and push and prove their case at the tribunal.
You know, for Edo State,
yes.
you know,
Were you there?
One would say
yes,
that Governor Obaseki, let me finish my question. One would say there are people that say that Governor Obaseki shot himself in the leg because he made more enemies for himself, and that actually translated somehow in a way to the victory of the APC. Let me finish, Honorable Olawumi. Let me finish.
Okay.
Now, in politics, they say politics is a game of numbers. You try to win the strong ones to your side. You know, Governor Obaseki lost Philip Shoaibu, who was actually instrumental to his re-election. You know, 4 years ago. Now he let go of Philip Shoaibu. The APC had Philip Shoaibu, and what happened. There were also talks in some quarters that he spoke to the king in a way, and you know how the Edo people reverse their king. Let's bring it to Osun State now. I keep on asking you, are you dismissing the strength of an Governor Rauf Aregbesola, who actually, you said, worked against your party in 2022 and you lost? And right now you're laying a foundation for him to, you know, for you to let go of him totally. Don't you think this is also defeat, as Femi says, staring you in the face?
Because you don't know all the nuances of politics. You are just asking questions. In 2022, Ogbeni Aregbesola local government is Ilesha East. APC won Ilesha East.
And you don't think that's the instance of Ogbeni?
If that does not suffice
you, people love him as a person.
If that does not suffice you, to tell you that even when people ascribe the loss to his negative activities, APC won Ilesha East.
President Tinubu lost Lagos State. I don't think that should be an issue.
No, you are talking.
But he won the election. He lost Lagos State, but won the election. So it's the same thing. And Aregbesola may have lost his local government, but PDP won Osun State in 2022. So you are still dismissing the strength
I'm only telling you that it's
Aregbesola.
not invincible.
So the APC is ready to let him go.
Yes.
I
He does not
think
comply with the constitution of the party.
I do not think this would actually create more issues for you in winning the 2026 election.
You are not yet in power in Osun State. You were in power before. Now PDP is there. And, you know, one can assume that you are planning to come back to power. Shouldn't you be gathering more friends than making enemies?
Leave that to us.
Of course, that's your own.
We
are only talking about public space.
Don't lose your sleep.
Whatever happens, God willing, God sparing our lives, we are still going to have you to talk about these issues again.
We'll talk
about you lose or you win.
We talk about it, so don't lose your sleep over that.
Now, before we allow you go this morning, Governor Ademola Adeleke is in charge.
Yes.
And we can assume with some of what his foot soldiers are saying that a man naturally, possibly be on the ballot again. If push comes to shove, do you have the strength in your party to withstand him from 2026?
Tremendously.
Tremendously?
Yes.
Is Governor Oyetola coming back?
I'm not to speak for him, but he has the first right of refusal.
First right of refusal. Okay, all right. That would be the call of the Osun people to make, actually, when the time is right, to show whoever they want to, either continue.
I know Osun people will not want 114 tractor becoming 31.
How do you mean? You think Osun people are not in a happy place right now?
They are not.
How do you measure that?
After this program, talk to people in finance and economy. You have what is the size of the economy of the state and what a governor should do to enlarge the coast and what he's doing.
Like he could do more?
He's not doing anything.
At all?
Yeah.
All right.
In that direction.
All right.
But when Oyetola was there, we could actually pose the same question to you. What did he do in the 4 years he was there to enlarge the state? I mean, if he had done his own work, Osun State will be in a better place.
It sustains.
And possibly it won't lose.
No. Performance does not guarantee victory or lose.
So what does?
Baba Kande built Iberia and everybody, and all those people are there to join it.
Okay.
They didn't win the election. So it's not
possibly because of a policy or the sacking of the workers.
That was not correct. I have a friend here who will tell you it's not correct.
That wasn't correct.
Yes.
Okay. So why did Oyetola lose in 2022? Let me ask you.
Let me give you this. The current system of election was test run in Osun State. So it could have gone either way.
Current system.
Why is a current system?
The use of REF, RF, and all those things.
Is it not for more transparency and accountability?
It's for more transparency. But the question, the figure on the RF does not correspond with the people with the figure.
The Supreme Court said otherwise.
Exactly.
So
the Supreme Court said otherwise. Yeah, and that's
because there were issues, there were documents that were not attached to the petition.
Okay, that means that was a letdown for your legal team, right? All right, fine. But now that you are fully aware of the current political system and the mood of the state and everything that is happening, you think if the election is done this weekend, APC is home and dry?
Election will not be done this weekend.
I know. But you think you have a chance?
You try to talk about hypothesis.
I'm using your language because I know politicians like yourself
you just say if election is held in 2026, not this weekend.
That means you're not ready.
You are not a realist.
All right. Honorable
Journalists
Jamiu,
are always realists.
Honorable Jamiu Olawumi, it's good to always have you.
Thank you.
And one of these days we'll talk about Osun State properly.
Yeah.
And it won't be about
I'll be happy to
the suspension or whatever. Of course. We know we can always count on you to show up for us. Thank you very much for your time.
It's my pleasure.
Honorable Jamiu Olawumi was former SA on education to former Governor Oyetola, and of course a top official of the APC in Osun State. Thank you for your time and take, sir. We appreciate. And this is where we put the brakes on the program today. And Femi Ojo's money, God willing, will make a return. Evelyn.
I'm Evelyn Ohiolei. Stay tuned for Spring Trends coming right after this broadcast.